What's up, guys? It's your boy Reesie Boy. I finally got my peach tea, guys. Shout out to everybody, guys. Anyways, guys, Carlos, I forget your last name, but shout out to you. Yes, I'm okay, and yes, I'm healthy. My weight journey is still going good. I went from 638 down to down to not 6. I went from 638 down to 316. That's why I thought about 6. So I'm gonna start doing weigh-ins again. But if you're new here, thank you for coming. If you're not new here, then you know my weight journey. If not, go back and watch all my getting ready for surgery videos. They're in the playlist order, so you can get to know what happened and how I did all of it. So, but I'm healthy and I look. Thank you for saying I look skinny, because I don't feel skinny. But thank you for saying that, Carlos. Guys, go support Carlos. I don't know his last name, but go check him out, guys. He commented on my video yesterday, Table Talk, and it was not rude. Don't ever feel rude. This is an open and honest channel, guys. If I don't want to answer, I'm not going to answer. If I want to answer, I will answer. So don't ever feel rude. If you're critiquing me, then that's kind of where I don't really answer, because I'm like, who are you to critique me? But if it's good criticism, I'll take it. And Eat My Ash, I am going to take that. You're right. That is good criticism, and I should not get mad. So thank you. Yes, I will try harder to not smack when I chew. Sorry. Other people have said it to me for years, and it just got me frustrated, but I'm not mad at you. You've been loyal for day one, so I'm not going to get mad at you. But anyways, guys, I want to talk about something that's serious, because I was watching an interview. Who was I watching an interview by? Oh, Tom Holland. He played Spider-Man in all the Spider-Man movies since Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man whatever, and the new Spider-Man that's going to come out when Zendaya and all them. He was talking about mental illness. And I like the way that he said it. And you guys know I'm really big about mental illness, because I deal with it. I suffer with it all the time. But the story one I want to tell you guys about is in 2005, we moved to Florida. And I have to be very picky with what I say, because again, YouTube will take it down. But there are services that can help you. There's a suicide hotline. I will try to link the number down before I post this video. So if anyone is suicidal or having those thoughts, please call that number. I'm here for you guys. And please seek help, because it's a serious thing and it's killing a lot of young people, like literally. And this virus is not helping either. There's a big kid that it was a sad story, but it's on Dateline and it's on YouTube. He was 12 years old, and it just this whole crisis just messed with him. He was so social, and it just anyways, I don't want to get all into that. That's not my story to tell. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about was, because I get these comments all the time on TikTok and on Instagram and on YouTube and on Facebook. How do I deal with mental illness? But I want to show you guys. I know people say that I look so strong and I've been through, and you guys really don't know everything I've been through, because you can't share everything on YouTube. And I might start sharing it on TikTok, like do series. And I said I was going to do that, because TikTok allows you to put that out there. I've heard other people's stories. But when we moved here in 2005, I was going to say 2005, but I guess you could say that too. When we moved here in 2005, I had to leave everything I knew, right? But it was okay, because I'm an Air Force brat. So we moved every 4 years. So I have friends all around the world. So it was okay. But this one was hard, because I was going right into my sophomore year. I had all my friends, and I had my disability on top of that, but I had my best friend, Steve, and I was happy where we were, right? And Ohio was my hometown. We were in Ohio since I was 4 years old. So it was hard for me to leave, but I did it because I had no choice. I was 15 at the time. I couldn't legally patentate myself, or whatever it's called, because you have to have a reason, and the judge would not sign off on that just because I didn't want to move. So anyways, I had to move with my parents, and we came to Florida, and I had to start all over again. And when I first came here and I had to get into a new school, there was a lot of bullying. There was people who were like, oh, you talk like your country. Oh, you're gay. Oh, you're this. Oh, there was so much crap that I got. Okay. And then on top of that, I had to come home and hear it again from my little brother, because he was teasing me. And then on top of that, he was always fighting with my grandma, and there was just a lot of stuff happening, and I was lonely. And so one night I did something. I can't really say what I did, because YouTube won't let me put it out there. And I was Baker acted. I was sent to not a loony bin, but it's called Lakeside. It's a hospital for people that are mentally ill or whatever, who have done stuff to themselves. So I spent a month in Lakeside, 90 days. I spent 90 days in Lakeside. And it wasn't one of my happiest moments, but it was actually sad, because I couldn't take it anymore. Like, I just couldn't like I was so stressed out and I just could not take it anymore. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because when I was in there, I learned so much. Like there were so many different things that I did not know about, right? But at the same time that I learned stuff, I didn't care. Like it would go in one ear and go out the other, and it really did not stick. And when the 90 days were up, I took stuff from it. Like I understood what they were saying, and I was try to use some of the methods to cope with of different things, from trauma in your life or whatever. And that was where I got diagnosed with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, from stuff that happened in my childhood. And I just remember feeling really happy. But what I did, and this is why I'm telling you guys this, what I did was I kept myself busy. I made it a determined decision that I was going to know everybody at my church because I was such a big church person. And I was like, I told the keyboard guy or the guitar guy, he played bass, right? And he was really cool, long hair, looked like he was from the 60s, but he was just so cool. Like we clicked really quick. And I went to school with his son, Zach. So he played in the band for our church and I sang and whatever. And so we clicked. We became like best friends. And he was older than me. He was like 50 and I was like whatever. Or no, he was like 45 and I was like 15 or whatever. But we were just friends, right? Because we were in the choir together. So I remember his name was Kevin. I remember telling Kevin, I was like, Kevin, give me 1 year before everyone knows my name at this church. And he was like, oh, I believe it because you're really friendly. He's like, I believe that one. It took me 1 year because the following year everybody knew my name. Everyone was like, that's Matt, that's it. But they gave me the nickname Biggie because everyone said I looked like Biggie Smalls at the time. And so that was my nickname that people knew me by. But like adults called me Matt, but kids call me Biggie. They're like, oh, that's just Biggie, he's fun, he's like a big teddy bear. So like everybody knew me because I worked every church event. I helped with every function that they had. I mean, I lived at that church basically. When the doors were open, I was there because where I was living was a toxic situation and it was too much. So I lived at that church and my parents never cared. My parents were like, well, at least we know where our son is. He's in a good place. Nothing bad can happen there. And I lived in that church basically, like literally guys, like I was there every day the door was open. And that kind of like helped me. And I still had to see a psychologist and that kind of helped me. He was like, but what you're doing, Matthew, is you're using this as your, what did he say? You're using it as a clutch. You're not dealing with the pain that you have. You're putting yourself into other stuff to stay busy so you don't have to think about it. And then that was kind of where my food disorder started. That's when I started binge eating. And that's when I started eating and getting bigger. And then when the church closed their doors on me because it wasn't what I did. It was that other people were coming to the youth group to fight from other schools. And the parents of the kids that were getting bullied and getting attacked were like, well, why isn't anyone watching my child when I leave my child here from 6 o'clock all the way till 8 o'clock on Wednesdays and Sunday nights? And then that was when parents were like, you guys need to be stricter. And they were like, well, if you don't work for this church and you just volunteer, then you have to leave. And that like literally hurt me because I'm like, I gave everything to this church, my whole teen years to this church, and y'all just gonna close your doors on us like that. Like I was so hurt. I didn't go to church. I still haven't been to church to this day. I was so hurt because that hurt me. And I went into an even deeper depression. And like I remember a youth pastor tried to reach out to me a few times and I'm just like, nah, I ain't even here for it. Y'all hurt me because I gave everything to you guys and you guys just throw us away like we were garbage. All of us, like all the kids that were my age that were helping with the younger kids, they just pushed us out because parents were complaining and we weren't even doing anything. We were breaking up the fights and we were the ones getting kicked out. It made me so angry. To this day, I've never went back to that church and I don't plan on it. So anyways, I went to another depression and then I started hanging out with the wrong people and getting in trouble and dating the wrong girls and drinking and all this different stuff that I was doing. Never drugs, but drinking. And in my birth family, alcoholics run in my birth family and drug addicts. So it was like God did something where he made that taste, like made me not like that taste. So I would not be down that path of being an alcoholic. So I didn't drink after that. And you guys know the whole story about my ex-girlfriend, in that abusive situation. She was never physically abusive, but mentally and emotionally she was abusive. And I was to her too. So it's not just one-sided. It's both ways. But with all that being said, when you're dealing with the depression and anxiety and bad thoughts that are in your head, you have to find someone to help you. And so I told you guys, I went through now 10 counselors because the counselor that I liked, I guess he just walked away. I don't even know what he's doing anymore. So now I need to find a new counselor and start talking again because I'm still dealing with that anxiety and that depression that keeps driving me crazy. But I just want to share my story with you guys, and I wish I really could get into detail with what I'm dealing with, but I feel like YouTube would flag it because you're not allowed to talk about certain things because, again, they try to keep it for children. Even though my channel is still in the middle, I have not made it permanently for children or permanently for adults. I just keep it open so everybody can watch my stuff. But when I get time to write my book, I will pre-sell that to everybody or give it away free too, or put it on audio so people can just download it and listen to it. Because it's going to be eye-opening. I mean, when people hear what I really have truly went through in my life, they're going to be like, holy crud, and he's still moving? Like, okay, I can do it then. But it's just by the grace of God and by my family and my friends and Jama. Like when Jama hit me, guys, like when Jama, not hit me physically, but when Jama hit my heart and made me grow, it was like, it took a total stranger to make me realize like life is too short. What are you doing with your life? And wake the heck up. Like that's all she said. She was like, think 100 times, think about what you're doing. And she helped me get out of 2 relationships that were not good. An old lady that was using the heck out of me. And then my ex that was using the heck out of me too. And then to help me grow from, people wanting to treat me like I was retarded and slow and couldn't do nothing, to being a man that can say, no, that's wrong. No, I don't have to listen to that. No, I can be my own payee. No, I don't have to go with you if I don't want to, stuff like that. I mean, I'm still working on that because I've not learned how to say no to people. I'm so friendly. And sometimes it gets me in situations where I'm like, why did I say yes? But Jama still taught me a lot of stuff. And even my family members have taught me stuff. Like my sisters 100% have been there for me. My aunts have been there for me. My cousins have been there for me. Not so much my brothers, but they're working on it. Well, some are. My parents have been there for me. My dad has literally done a 360. He starts seeing me in a different light than that slow special needs person to, Matthew can do this, Matthew can do that. I mean, that's why he's forcing me so to get my license, because he's like, you got this. When I did the diet thing, he's like, Matthew, I believe in you 100%, because I know that was hard. Like 100%. They call it the Matthew diet every time they start a diet. They're like, let's do the Matthew diet, because they saw how much I lost. He'll be on my channel next year, guys. I can't wait. He'll be on my channel. I love you guys. Have an awesome day, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.